What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rec Nation. And listen, guys, thank you so much for coming out on that community post. Guys, it's so important. So important to pay attention to the community post. As we're growing, I will be, this is the community post for a reason, right? Like, things that I find, I will ask you guys a majority of times. Whether we should check this video out or not. And judging the response on this, we totally should. This is a short 7-minute and 31-second video. This, if anything, this is a good icebreaker. I see that when I typed in Gurkha that defeated 200 people, there's a bunch of different things about Gurkhas. I don't even know what a Gurkha is. So, I'm interested. And I hope you guys are here for it. Anyway, guys, if you like this kind of stuff, honestly, like, hit the subscribe button and like button. It helps tons. It helps tons. We're trying to get out there, and yeah, it does. Anyway, you guys know exactly what I'm trying to say. You guys are legends. Let's pull it up. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Better to die than live as a coward. All right.
In May of 1945, British forces crossed the Irrawaddy River in Burma, which is now present-day Myanmar, and engaged a Japanese force north of the Prong Tangup Road. With the tide of war changing in the Allies' favor, by May 9th, the Japanese began retreating, prompting the British to deploy 2 companies of the 4th Gurkhas to obstruct their escape.
All right.
However, when the combatants met on the battlefield, the Japanese quickly surrounded 2 companies of the 4th Gurkhas. In the darkness, despite having lost his fingers of his right hand and suffered severe shrapnel wounds, a lone Gurkha rifleman utilized his bolt-action rifle with his left hand as Japanese repeatedly attacked his position.
Oh my God.
When morning dawned, the area around his post was littered with the body of his enemy. But how is this possible? Who are the Gurkhas? And how did one Gurkha rifleman stop over 200 Japanese soldiers?
That's nuts. 200? I mean, those are like overwhelming odds. If you're surrounded like that, holy shit. What does Nick say? That's a target-rich environment. Like, oh my God, man. 200.
Who was Laiman
No fingers
Gurung?
on his right.
Let's try and find out.
Whoa. He said his name. Hold on. Stand by.
How did one Gurkha rifleman stop over 200 Japanese soldiers? Who was Laiman Gurung? Let's try and find out.
All right.
Hello, I'm Mike Droberg, Marine Corps veteran and filmmaker, and we will try to answer these questions on today's episode of Forgotten History.
Oh yeah, man. That's a pretty unique knife. Machete? That's a pretty unique knife.
The Gurkhas are soldiers from Nepal who are recruited into the British Army and have been for the last 200 years. To this day, they remain renowned for their loyalty, professionalism, and bravery. Gurkhas are traditionally recruited from the hill people of Nepal, who trace their roots back to the 8th century Hindu warrior Guru Goraknath. The Gurkhas first encountered the British in 1814, when the British East Indian Company fought against them during the Anglo-Nepalese War. British forces admired the Gurkhas' military abilities and honorable tactics, and first recruited Gurkha troops in 1815. British officials declared the Gurkhas a martial race, a term describing people thought to be naturally warlike and aggressive in battle.
Wow.
The peace treaty that ended the war in 1816 enabled the British to officially recruit Nepali Gurkhas, and so began Britain's relationship with Nepal, their oldest ally in Asia.
Wow.
And since then, the Gurkhas have served with distinction throughout the world, earning an incredible 13 Victoria Crosses for acts of
13 Victoria Crosses? What? 13.
their oldest ally in Asia. And since then, the Gurkhas have served with distinction throughout the world, earning an incredible 13 Victoria Crosses for acts of extreme valor, along with countless other medals. So it's not surprising that the Gurkhas would be deployed by the British during World War II. Which leads us back to our main story about Gurkha rifleman Laiman Gurung.
Laiman Gurung. All right.
Born on December 30th, 1917, in Dhaka Khani, Nepal, 4'11" Gurung joined the British Indian Army in December of 1940. The 23-year-old was assigned as a rifleman to the 4th Battalion, 8th Gurkha Rifle Regiment. In May of 1945, the British positioned companies of Gurung's 4th Battalion to block the Japanese retreat, and the Gurkhas would quickly be surrounded and cut off from the Allied lines. Among those cut off were Gurung and 2 fellow Gurkhas in a trench 100 yards ahead of the main British line. At 1:20 a.m. on May 13th, more than 200 Japanese attacked their position. Within the opening moments of the battle, an enemy grenade landed on the edge of his trench. Without hesitation, Gurung hurled it back. When another grenade landed amid the trio, Gurung tossed it back again. Then he reached for a third grenade just outside the trench. However, before he can get rid of it,
Oh
the
my
grenade exploded,
God.
blowing off his fingers, shattering his right arm, and inflicting shrapnel wounds to his face, torso, and right leg.
Oh my
Then
goodness.
his trench mates were also badly wounded and lay helpless. Gurung was on his own. Screaming and cursing at Gurung, the Japanese rushed his position in waves. Loading and firing his rifle with his left hand, the wounded Gurung would hold them off, shouting back in defiance, "Come and fight a Gurkha." This rifleman, by his magnificent example, so inspired his comrades to resist the enemy to the last, that although surrounded and cut off for 3 days and 2 nights, they held and smashed every attack. When the firing finally ceased, the British went back to check on Gurung. They found 87 dead enemy in the vicinity, 31 of whom lay directly in front of the lone Gurkha's firing position. Had Gurung failed that night, his commanding officer noted the battalion's position would have been completely dominated and
Wow.
turned. Only when the
That's
4th
nuts.
Gurkhas were relieved on May 15th was Gurung evacuated to the hospital. That December, at the historic Red Fort in Delhi, Field Marshal Archibald Wavell, the Viceroy and Governor General of India, personally awarded Gurung the Victoria Cross, the highest and most prestigious award for gallantry in the face of the enemy that could be awarded to British and Commonwealth forces.
Wow, dude. That's no joke. That's no joke. Let me just do something really quick because, I mean, how many Victoria Crosses have been awarded in general? Hold on. Because it's not many at all. How many Victoria Crosses have been awarded? There's 1,358 VCs. All right. Wow. That's insane. That's insane. That's not a lot. That's not a lot because since its inception in 1856, only 1,358. And that's absolutely a tremendous award.
Nepalese villagers from the Gurkha's hometown bore his elderly father aloft for the 11-day journey to Delhi so he could attend the presentation ceremony. Gurung had lost his hand in the actions as well as the use of his right eye. Regardless, he remained in the British Army and then the Indian Army when India gained independence in 1947. He eventually retired with the rank of Havildar, sergeant, and returned to his village to work a small farm. He married twice, having 2 sons and a daughter from his first marriage, and 2 more sons from his second. One of his sons later became an officer in the 8th Gurkha Rifles. In 2008, on appeal from the UK government as a veteran, he moved to England and settled in Hounslow, southwest of London. In November 2010, suffering from pneumonia, Gurung was admitted to London's Charing Cross Hospital, where he died that December at the venerable age of 92.
That's
He was survived
crazy.
by his second wife, Manmaya, and his 5 children.
Wow, man.
Today, the Gurkha selection process has been described as one of the toughest in the world. It culminates in a grueling race, which involves carrying 25 kilograms of sand while running up a steep 4.2 kilometer course. Gurkhas are still famed for carrying the kukri, the national weapon of Nepal,
Kukri.
also used as a work tool. The legend goes that whenever a Gurkha draws his kukri in anger, he must also draw blood.
Thank you for watching Forgotten
Wow,
History.
man.
Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments or show ideas, we'd love to hear from you.
Hey, man.
You
I'll
can
just
help
give you
us
the
offset
respect.
the cost of production by becoming a channel member, Patreon member, or
I'll give 'em the
checking
respect.
out our merchandise.
Thanks again.
There you go. All right, man. Well, that was interesting. That was super interesting. Like, okay, Gurkhas. So like an elite unit of soldiers from Nepal, or started off in Nepal. So this is kind of cool, man. Like, I dig this channel, Forgotten History. Let me see what else they got real quick, because, you know, if you guys like this, then hey, let's see what else they got, man. Because that is, I subscribe to the channel. Okay, cool. Well, let me know what you guys think of this story. Let me know in the comments section. Let me go ahead and let me just briefly see what else is there. I'll do it probably in another video. Anyway, guys, this story is absolutely undeniably badass. So I'm gonna put him under the Legends of Battle for sure. All right. So guys, let me know what else. I'm here for the obscure, the like this I've never heard of. I didn't know what a Gurkha was at all. Now something to be feared if you're in the wrong. That's for damn sure. That's cool. So their standard issue blade is a kukri, which is a terrifying looking blade. All right. Anyway, listen, guys. Thank you for rocking with the channel. Thank you for rocking with me. Make sure you unplug. Do something legendary. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out. You guys are all legends. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, guys.